One thing I really appreciate about Jay Bateman is that he understands that no matter how good your schemes are, it really does boil down to how well you tackle and you play with leverage on the defensive side of the ball. Here's an example of where Bateman had a good call, but we're going to see the result isn't exactly what you want. And this is why it's going to be so important that the Carolina defense buy into those early practice tackling drills that Bateman emphasizes so much. So what we're going to see here, we're looking at a second and short situation or second and medium situation where you've got trips into the boundary and really you've got almost a quads because you've got the back to that side. And so what they've done is Bateman has responded by going with a cover 3 look with the safety tilted towards the trip side. So you've got 3 over 3, and then what that defense is inviting the offense to do, because most offenses here are going to read 3 over 3, so that's even numbers, and then you're going to see the benefit of space out here. They're inviting them to run out here, but ultimately, and that's where you're going to have this player squeeze in from the alley. But ultimately, Buffalo decides to throw back into the boundary in what should be a 3-on-3 even matchup. And once this goes here, it should be a defensive. The defense should be able to tackle. And the press corner does a good job of maintaining leverage, forcing back inside. Good job here by the outside backer. He's really a stand-up end, attacking the blocker, and he's got leverage. But all of a sudden, he doesn't get a hand on him. Good play by the wide receiver here, and the safety. Actually, I guess that's a corner. Is jumping up hard to make a tackle in the backfield. And again, this should be a loss. The defense is where they should be, but sometimes their guys are just a little better than your guys in terms of athleticism, or maybe one guy makes a little bit of a miss, and it turns into a mess. And this is why, sometimes things are not always going to look as they should in year one under Bateman in terms of the athletes on the field, in terms of guys being able to block and tackle or attack blocks and tackle the way that they should. But this is part of the process, and the most important thing that the Carolina defense can do for this year is to embrace block destruction and tackling the way that Bateman emphasizes. Otherwise, scheme doesn't matter. This is the sort of thing that's going to periodically happen just because, well, when you don't squeeze, when you don't get your hands on a guy properly, well, this is the sort of thing that happens.